So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You said you opened up the people to question. Are these questions of questions people were asking?
Yeah, on Twitter. I mean, actually Facebook. You know, I like Facebook a little bit more now.
I don't have a Facebook account.
No? Facebook. No. Hold on. I'm gonna run some too. I'm gonna throw them out there. You don't have to answer them.
I'll answer anything. I answer anything because anything I don't want to answer, I say none of your motherfucking business.
Yeah, some of these. Okay, all right. So the way we're gonna do this, just answer them quick.
Okay,
because there's a lot of them. Somebody asked me this: how the hell did you score an appearance on Fame in the '80s?
I was just trying to act at the time, and after doing breaking, they were looking for break dancers and people in the hip hop world to do TV shows, and I was like in the system of LA dancers and rappers, and I got on the show.
Okay. I'm gonna ask that one. Somebody says a follow up to Feds in my rear view, but we already know the answer to that. Here's one for you. What's your relationship with LL today?
Interesting. When LL and me had a beef, it wasn't really a beef. It was just LL was dropping records, and at the time, L was always saying he was the greatest of all time. So me being from LA, you can't be the greatest of all time. I'm trying to put the West Coast on the map. So I came at L. Mm-hmm. Might have been tacky. He had never said shit to me, but I went at him because that's hip hop. And we went back and forth back then. But
now that was on the Power album, right? Am I correct? Was that Syndicate record?
I'm your pusher. I'm your pusher. When the guy goes, I got this, I got some Eric B. and Rakim, I got some LL Cool J. Nah, I don't want none of that.
But wait a minute, okay, all right, I do remember that. But I was just listening to this Syndicate Posse song. You was like,
yeah, but I dissed him on there. But see, at that point, we were going back and forth.
Okay.
At that point, he had done Break of Dawn.
Okay.
It was on. And,
okay.
But you know, it was one of those things where it was okay. Me and LL, you know, we had a verbal confrontation at one point. But, you know, because the Zulu Nation was trying to put everybody together. But that was neither here nor there. It wasn't nobody was going to get shot, killed, drugged in the street, none of the bullshit. So I saw LL Cool J, to make this fast, I ran into LL Cool J in Monte Carlo.
Okay.
At a television convention.
Okay.
And me and LL talked, and I told LL, I said, even when I came at you, I didn't know if I could take you, but I had to come at you.
Right, yeah.
And we kind of just talked about it and stuff. And then recently L called me because he launched his radio show.
Rock the Bells.
And he said, Ice, I need you behind me on this one. You know, and I'm like, I got you.
That's what's up.
So yeah, that's point. Okay. That's all under the bridge. LL Cool J.
Dope. All right. Got some questions about your daughter, but we kind of touched on that. Breaking. Do you want to talk about that?
I can talk about anything.
How did you score the role in the 80s movie Breaking, which is one of my favorite movies, by the way. But I look at it differently as an adult, I have to admit.
Well, the people that wanted to do the movie for Breaking walked into that club. The club was called The Radio, and that was the West Coast hip-hop mecca. Cold Crush Brothers came in there, Soul Sonic Force, Rocksteady Crew, New York City Breakers, and it was where I would go on the weekends and rap. Okay. And when the producers walked in, they said, we want to make a movie. You guys will be the dancers, Shrimp, Shab, though they were there.
Yeah.
You'll be the rapper, you'll be the DJ.
Right.
That's how it happened. They actually grabbed a club and turned it into a movie.
Okay. I'm trying to weed through some of these. Everybody asks me about you playing a cop. I've gotten that like 3-4 times.
Okay, well, the first one was the hard one. New Jack City was the nerve-wracking one. I got an album out called Original Gangster, and they asked me to be in the movie New Jack City and play a cop with dreads, and I had a perm. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I started to ask my friends, I'm like, yo, man, they want me to be in this movie, play the police. These are street niggas. This was their answer. Word? Could I be in the movie? Like, nigga, motherfuckers like,
Right.
be in the movie.
Right.
And then I used to get my hair done at Good Fred's, and the sisters in there was like, nigga, if you don't take that movie role, you guys are out here complaining about not having no opportunity. Here is an opportunity. If you don't take it, you a real sucker.
Yeah.
But you guys gonna be out here hustling your whole life. You got a chance to be in movies. Plus, Ice, we know you gonna keep it. They didn't say 100 back then, but you gonna stay true. You gonna tell them what it is, nigga.
Yeah.
So I took the movie role. I was scared shitless, and people accepted it. They were like, "Yo, he's acting," you know. And the OG album went. The funny thing is, though, even though I did New Jack City as a cop, I did Nino's theme as music. New Jack Hustler. Right. I said I can't rap from the cop perspective, but I can rap from the gangster perspective. And since then, Dre's played a cop, Tupac played a cop, Cube has played a cop. I think what happened is when you take street cats and you put them in the police uniform, you get a cop. You get a cop with a very interesting dynamic. Now, from being involved in crime, the higher you move up in crime, the more like gangsters the cops become. The higher you move up, you're gonna run into cats. You'll swear to God they mobsters, but they the cops.
Right.
It's like not the beat cops. I'm talking about the DEA, the feds. They act just like you.
Yeah.
You like, who the fuck? And they the police. So I think in these movies they want somebody with that voice that sounds more street than more cop.
Right.
Now, when I got into playing SVU, of course, you know, you like the cops out here busting motherfuckers' heads. How you feel about it? But I'm busting rapists and child molesters, and they don't even like them in prison.
Right.
So I don't have any. I'm not torn with it. You know, I think it's acting, and when the first rule of acting is you're not going to be able to play yourself.
Yeah.
If you want to act, you're gonna have to play somebody that you're not. If you always want to act and be yourself, you're not an actor. You just a nigga that wants to be in a movie. You're not an actor. Acting means acting other than yourself.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So, you know, I don't have no problems with it. But then it's funny now. I drop feds in my rear view and it's just like,
Right.
what the fuck is that? I thought you was a cop. I'm like, I'm as far as you can get from a cop. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting, but you know, my friends know, and anybody who's really an Ice-T fan knows exactly, you know, where I stand with the police and what it is. But if I'm going to be an actor, I have to be willing to play the role.
Now, a couple people asked me, I got this a couple times, you and Schooly D finally got together and collaborated.
Sat right here.
Huh?
We sat right here.
Okay. How was that?
So dope.
I mean, for people that don't know, Schooly D was the inspiration
For 6 in the morning.
And you've been real honest about that, which
Why
I love.
not? Why not?
Well, you know how people do. They try to wipe that person out.
Look,
the
if you don't
history
give
books.
if you don't give credit to somebody who helps you, you're worse than a thief. You dig what I'm saying? That's the corniest shit in the world.
Right.
To just be like, somebody helped me, and you try to make it look like you did it on your own. That's corny to me.
Yeah.
Why not throw them the Grey Poupon? Why not say, yo, my man Mick told me this? Why not say it? What the fuck? I mean, that's probably all they want, you know? So, I was in a club and I heard PSK. And at the time, I hadn't wrote 6 in the morning. That shit came on. And anybody's ever heard PSK in a club, that shit sounds like angel dust. Like, it's like, PSK, we making that. And the nigga was so calm and so cool. Now, at the time, everybody was yelling on records because Run DMC was yelling on records.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this motherfucker acts, his vocal delivery sounds like he will shoot you in your mother. He says, put my pistol up against his head, said, suck ass nigga, I should shoot you dead. I was like, oh, this nigga's for real. So I'm like, yo, who is this? So I researched and they go, that's PSK, Schooly D. PSK stands for Parkside Killers. Now I'm like, oh, he's repping a gang? Okay. So the whole story, the whole flow, the whole attitude was PSK on steroids. Like, if you listen to PSK, he never really says it. He doesn't say he has a gun. Well, he says, took my pistol. That's the most gangster lyric in it. Put my pistol up against his head, said, sucker ass nigga, I should shoot you dead. But the rest is, people always say, peace for the people who can't understand how one homeboy became a man. As for the way you scream and shout one by one, I'm knocking you out. It's not as, 6 in the morning was like cops, guns, Uzis. You know, I just took it and ramped it up.
Right.
And after that, Cube took it and turned it into Boys in the Hood.
Right.
And Schooly is the originator of gangster rap. He's the guy who made the first rap record that I know of. Now, there was a group in New York called Mob Style.
With AZ and them. They were a group after Schooly D.
Yeah, they came after.
Yeah.
But there were some groups that popped off in that era with that gangster shit.
Right.
But Schooly was what inspired me, because if you listen to original gangster, I go, 10 years ago, I used to listen to rappers flow, talk about the way they rock the mic at the disco. Talk about the way they rock the mic.
I like how that
shit was done. Yeah. So I tried to write rhymes something like them. My boy said, that ain't you, Ice. That shit sound like him. So I sat back. That was the stage I was in, you know, when I heard PSK. I was trying to rap like New York rappers.
Yeah, right.
And then when
He's from Philly, just sort of, for the record.
Right, no, but I'm saying I wasn't Philly. I was trying to rap like New York rappers.
Okay,
but then when I heard Schooly's flow, you know, they said, you know,
I see what you're saying.
I said, you know, I'll try to write rhymes something like that. My boy said, that ain't you. I said, she sound like him. So I sat back, thought up a new track, didn't fantasize, kicked the pure facts. Motherfuckers got scared because they was unprepared. Who would tell it how it really was? Who dared? A young nigga from the West Coast, L.A., South Central fool, where the Crips and the Bloods play. When I wrote about parties, it didn't fit. 6 in the morning, that was the real shit. So when I heard Schooly, it was a moment for me to say, I don't have to rap about parties, the New York shit. I'm a rap about real shit. 6 in the morning. So he inspired me to go into my archives of criminal shit, and it was just like pow from then on out. But if I hadn't heard that record, I might have continued to try to rap like New York rappers and battle rap and never bring that flavor in. So yeah, Schooly's the man. So he comes over and we chopped it up like old time players. I mean, he was so he had this song he wanted me to do. He laid some beats and I jumped on it, and you know, so it was dope. Okay. But he said, I brought, what's one of my rhymes? I say, he brought the track, I cooked the crack, you know? So, you know, and it's funny though, his funny Schooly D story. So we're watching Feds in my rear view, and I was having a problem getting it up on the TV. And when I finally got on the TV, he watched it, he goes, man, I'm so glad that's a good video. He said, because some niggas would take so long to play something and it'd be such garbage. And he says, man, that shit is butters, man. He said, I want to cut that so fat I could have had a bowling alley. So fat I could have had a bowling alley. He said, that was my part right there. Right. But, you know, Schooly D is just authentic. Yeah. He's authentic, and he's very much an artist, and the way he sees things, from his album covers to way he writes, to it's just like I said when we sat down, it's a treat when players meet. It's a treat when you sit around people that really have the same passion and the same caring about this music as you do, versus somebody's like, let's just go try to make something that sounds like this nigga and try to get a check. Right. I understand that too, but I don't have the same feeling around those types of people.
Do you know Davey D from the West Coast, Davey D, Oakland?
No.
Oh, never mind. He asked me a crazy
question. Davey D, the writer.
Yeah.
Yes.
He asked me a question on here. It's kind of deep, but I'm going to ask it to you. He says, ask him why he didn't include any of the folks from Freestyle Fellowship, Jurassic 5, and those people who elevated the game, and why only one female group, Salt and Pepper.
And the Art of Rap?
Yeah.
Okay, Art of Rap was made from my cell phone. The Art of Rap was made with just the people that I had in my phone. So I just called everybody I knew in the phone and said, would you be in a movie? So we never reached outside of my particular Rolodex.
Got you.
And we first made a call to everybody, and I said, I'm making a movie. Would you be in it? The way I got people, I'm like, I only got 20 questions. It'll take an hour. I'll pop up on you. No money, no cars, no girls, no beef, just the craft.
Okay.
And I just run and gun and got it. A lot of people I didn't get because I don't have a personal relationship with them.
Got you.
So the way we made the movie go, it was like my journey when I came to New York City, and because I got my record deal in New York from Sire Warner Brothers. So I came to New York, and Zulu Nation helped me and backed me after Islam, and then I brought it back to L.A. And I had two girls. I had MC Light.
Okay.
But I know a lot of the cats in the Bay, but I don't have them. The only cat in the Bay that I really knew well was Too Short, E40. You know, as far as friends go, see who else I knew up there. Of course, Hammer. Because you got to remember my era. Now, when Freestyle Fellowship came out, I knew like Dre the Homo Sapien and cats like that because that was Q's. But I just didn't know all those people. Yeah. So I didn't deal with the Southern rappers because I know some of the people down there. Of course, I know everybody from 2 Live Crew. I know the Scarface. I got Bun B. But basically, the answer is I just use people who were in my phone.
Gotcha.
And I didn't reach outside of my phone. It wasn't like, oh, the only person I think that wasn't in my phone that we got in the movie was Kanye West.
Okay.
Everybody else we had, you know.
Wasn't Eminem in it?
I got Eminem in my phone.
Okay.
I got Eminem in my phone. I mean, I those are people that, you know, and when we did Eminem, Royce was right there in the studio. We picked him up. We were running and gunning with that movie. And you got to understand, the first edit of the Art of Rap was 4 hours.
Right. Yeah, I can imagine.
I had Smooth the Hustler in it. I had Jim Jones in it. I have, and if you have the actual DVD, there's extended footage of a lot of other people that couldn't make. When they told me I had to cut that movie down to 90 minutes, I almost had a heart attack. Right. They said, if you want to enter it in the Sundance, it's got to be 90 minutes. Yeah. And everyone did that movie for favors.
Yeah, that's dope.
And it was hard to tell people they weren't going to make that cut.
Yeah, right. That's crazy. I have a question for you. How do you feel about the Soulja Boy incident in hindsight? What's your hip hop has changed? He's like an OG now.
It wasn't as malicious as it came off. It turned out to come off malicious, but that's not how it was supposed to happen. What happened with the Soulja Boy incident was I was in a recording studio and I was about to rap, and the cats in the studio were just poking the line. They don't want to hear you. They want to hear Soulja Boy. They want to hear Hurricane Chris. And I just went on a OG nigga. Fuck them niggas. You know, I just was on my bullshit. But it wasn't really aimed at them. If somebody had said they want to hear somebody, I would have went on them. It was just his name came up. Right. And I just ranted. Okay. And we're capable of doing that. People think I got up out of my bed one day and I just decided to go in on this kid. No, I was in a booth. These people, now, once again, like I talked about earlier, people are recording you, and it's not, you don't mean for that to be out. We all say shit. I'm sure people, fuck Ice-T. I'm sure somebody has said fuck Ice-T that loves me. Right. But I got the tape of you saying it. Right. And I'm going to show that to Ice. So they took it and they used that clip to open up their mixtape. These were my so-called friends, you know, they did it because they knew it would get the bang. Okay, the next thing you know, it's all over the motherfucking internet. Ice-T, this launches on Soulja Boy. No one tells them that it's the beginning of a mixtape. Nobody says that. So it makes it, that's what got me mad. It made me feel like people thought for no reason I attacked this kid. I didn't. I was provoked. And maybe I shouldn't have said it, but I said it, but I was talking. They was, you know, I'm that nigga. Right now, if you come in here and say, yo, man, Oprah Winfrey, I mean, fuck Oprah. Oprah can kiss my motherfucking ass, man. Tell me Oprah to suck a dick. I'll say some shit like that. That's just me. So, shit hit. Soulja Boy comes out and he disses me to all Ice-T, this, that, and the third. my son, he's Soulja Boy's age. He like, Dad, you gotta reply. I'm like, what do you mean reply? You gotta reply when somebody says something to you on the internet. You gotta go back at him. So then he holds the camera up, and I talk some more shit. Yo, nigga, fuck you then. And then Lil Ice gets on there saying some shit. I would never do that shit today. Right. I mean, I would never go at people. My thing is that music is all perspective and taste.
Right.
And I can't tell you what's good in your ears. I can't tell you what tastes good on your palate. What I will say about that is that as an OG, I'm always going to stand up for the integrity of the music. And I always want kids to spit bars. I want, hip hop has come a long way, and I just want it to stay. And now I'm listening right now, and I'm hearing the rappers rap again. I think there was just a time in hip hop, and I think everybody has to admit it. It just got hooky, and it just got very, very, like, just say the hook, and it just got very simple. And I was like, there's so much hip hop can do. Like, don't give it away. Like, don't forget the power of this shit.
Yeah.
Don't just make it simple. Make it difficult. Make it complex. Then you got Kendrick coming out. Then you got J. Cole coming out. You got all these key people that are layering it, and then they're winning Pulitzers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Definitely. I mean, we can all do the fun shit, the dumb shit, but somebody got to keep it heavy, keep it deep. That's all. And I think that's the job of the G's.
Yeah.
The job of the G's in the street is to keep shit 100, to tell the youngsters, yo, cuz, come on, man, don't do that. You know, that's going to cost you some time. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, blah. If you know, that's your job. So I think people expect that out of certain people. So, you know, but just to attack somebody, nah, I would never do that. Okay. And that wasn't even an intended attack. That was some other shit that got twisted.
Yeah. Okay. Now, did you see D-Ray's impersonation of you? Did you see that?
Who's D-Ray?
The comedian.
Do I know him? Niggas got a bunch of impersonations of me, but I haven't seen D-Ray's impersonation. I've seen nah, I haven't seen D-Ray.
What about Dan Harmon? Somebody asked about Dan Harmon.
Niggas, they got me. Everybody, what's the dude that sounds like me? Rockwell can sound like me. This nigga be calling up people, trying to get money, getting me in trouble, all that shit. But you know that they say that's the most sincere form of flattery. So, you know, I'm cool with that. Yeah. You know, I'm cool with that. My man, what's my man? We did New Year's with the comedian.
That cat.
I hate when I'm on interviews and I can't pull people's names up. Damn, was in all the movies with Cube.
Mike Epps?
Well, yeah. Don't.
Maybe it was Mike Epps. That's who it was.
Yeah, please don't edit me looking for his name. Right. Yeah, so Mike Epps got a thing in his special where he made fun of me on Law and Order. Talking about he said I walked up to him and said, let's be in the movie. Now, he made that up. Mike Epps and me are friends, but he said that's part of his routine. He said, I just walked up with me. He said, nigga, you don't got no lines in no movies, you know? I was like, yeah, but, you know, I mean,
Did you think it was funny?
I could take a joke.
Yeah.
I could take a joke. I mean, you know, people ain't, see, Mike is going to say a joke. He say Ice-T because people like, oh, I know who Ice-T is. If he says I was talking to this guy named Joe, and he said that wouldn't have been a funnier joke. But I don't have a lot of lines in SVU, and I like it like that. I still get the same check.
No doubt.
I'm good.
So here's a serious topic. Lot of mass shootings out here.
Okay.
Second Amendment is in question. We know you're a gun enthusiast.
I mean, I mean, my thing is with guns is this: if nobody had a gun, I wouldn't need to have a gun. I think that you can't wait 300 years and let this place become infested with guns and then think gun rules are going to change anything. There's thousands upon hundreds of thousands of weapons on the street. There's probably more AR-15s out there than there are blades of grass. So I think a lot of this political shuffling is a bunch of bullshit. Now, the Second Amendment, if you really get into it, it says that you have the right to bear arms and have a militia because it's your last form of defense against tyranny. Tyranny means the government becomes the enemy. That has happened. Disarming the public is a way of controlling the public. I don't think they can ever disarm America. The United States, excuse me. I don't think they can disarm the states. Do I think people need assault rifles? No, not really. But then again, what are you preparing for? Are you preparing for an apocalypse? Are you preparing for anarchy? Are you preparing for what are you preparing for? People aren't carrying guns to hunt. People are preparing for something. They're preparing for somebody to home invade their house. They're preparing for, possible this whole thing to go off kilt. Right. And I'll tell you a funny story. We put a generator in our house. My house has a generator that runs off natural gas. When all the lights go out in the neighborhood, my house is on. I tell Coco, turn the lights down. I don't want people to think we got the fucking food and everybody else is starving, because what happens when they decide to come
right here?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And do I want to try to ward them off with a butter knife if they come up the hill with a shotgun? Now, if I knew no one else had one, then we could go hand in hand. But this country is too overwhelmed with guns. Now, is that an answer to solution to gun violence? Am I making the gun people? I think the people that are mad at it have to understand the shit is a little too late. Right.
And we're really only talking legal guns right now. They're not even addressing illegal guns. Like, they try to do buybacks and things like that, but that's not.
What makes a gun legal or illegal? You buy it from the store. Somebody breaks in your house. They take it. Now it's on the street. It's coming in from South America with the dope. That makes it illegal. Right. When we was in LA getting all the firepower, that was coming with the drugs. Like, you could order the keys and AKs at the same time. Same people. Right. So it's out there. Yeah. It's no simple solution. Yeah. That's my answer. There's no simple solution. And background checks and all this. What bothers me is how they'll say, oh, well, this is mental issues. Because now you have the white terrorists doing it. It's mental issues. Right. You dig? Like, when you had the crack epidemic, okay, these is the savage ass niggas in the streets. Let's lock them all up. Okay, now it's opioids. These people need help. Right. Yeah. That's that American bullshit. Yeah. So we have to address this. Why would a motherfucker just walk in with an AR-15 and kill up innocent people? It's the dumbest, most ridiculous, cowardly shit in the world. There's no fucking excuse for that. But how do you prepare for it? When I went to high school, my school was a closed campus. At Crenshaw High School, this is fucking 30 years ago. All right, 40 years ago. You came into school, and as soon as the doors closed, the school was locked. You could not get in. They had metal detectors at my school. This is 35, 40 years ago. If you're worrying about schools can be a lot more secure. We had armed security guards on campus, So I think what's happening now is white America is realizing you have to tighten these schools down. Anything that's precious should be protected. Right. True. And if I'm gonna drop my kid off, when I got my kid, I'm protecting it. Yeah. But when I drop her off at a school, I want to make sure nobody's wandering up in this motherfucking school and nobody's getting in. And if the kid leaves and comes back, we gonna check him. You're gonna be searched. You can't just come up into this environment. Arm the teachers? No. Stupid. I know how many motherfuckers I know had guns and shot they goddamn self. I don't need no teacher. Like, I got this. Blah! Blow her motherfucking head off. But security, why not? Pay a little money, have some people on there. They have undercover cops on this, out in there. But that's any place that there's a group of people. Even if you go to Law and Order, we have security, we have rules. You can't just walk onto the set. You're gonna have to walk past security. People lock it down. So airports have security. So I don't see why they don't just up the security in the schools. That's not gonna stop mass shooters. Mass shooters will walk into theaters, mass shooters, but there's a vibe that's going on right now that's really ugly in America, and that has to be addressed also. President Trump, you pumping a lot of people up. You know what I'm saying? You pumping a lot of people up, and you might not think it, but when you say, "Hey, we got to build a wall," it's the problem. It's these fucking Mexicans down here. They rapists and killers. Some idiot is saying, "I should kill them." I should kill them. That's the problem. That's the problem. A person with a good brain in their head, they're not going to think that, but there's people, you can trigger people to do wild shit.
Yo, I've been called nigger in my life, but this is in the 80s when you would, knuckle up, blah, 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 you handle like that. But in the last couple years, I've been called that word outright. Like,
Chuck, America has an undertow of very racist. This country is built on stolen land. It's like this is a very, very fucked up place. The core. There's some very, very good people here.
I understand.
There's some of the greatest people in the world, but there's some evil people here too. That's just all you got to say. There's evil people here, and
these guys weren't white, by the way. I might add too. They weren't.
Doesn't matter, man. There's good people, there's bad people and shit. And you just gotta think like that. You just can't put it out. It's just like this. All right, I got a lot of fans, right? If I say I could say some fucked up shit that I feel that could trigger them. Be like, I just said go kill niggas. So you got to be careful what you say. Regardless of how you feel. Right. You got to think things out. Like this is going to cause this, which is going to cause this.
Freedom of speech. Watch what you say.
Yeah, freedom of speech, but watch what you say. A lot of black people, a lot of my fans, are you should say whatever you feel. Nah. You have to be more calculated with what you say. You have to know what you're going to say. You got to place it. You have freedom of speech, but you got to be prepared for the ramifications of what you say. If I come out and say something anti-gay, I got to get prepared for the gay people to attack me. If I come out and say cop killer, I got to be prepared for the cops to attack. I can't say, well, I can say it and nothing can happen. When Colin Kaepernick took a knee, you have to be prepared for what's going to happen. Protest comes with resistance. You say something, you're going to get hit back. You just can't say it. You can't walk into your wife and say, yeah, I just fucked your sister. Free speech. You have to be prepared. So if you're going to open your mouth, think about the repercussions.
Right, absolutely. That's funny.
And if you're prepared for the repercussions. Like if I'm talking to you freely about gun, I understand there's going to be people that are going to go against me, but this is what I believe, and I'm not afraid of those repercussions. But don't just say some dumb shit that you don't really believe and then get attacked, and you're stupid, So think out what you're going to say.
Okay.